In the next video, we're going to show you a luxury project here in Miami, Florida called Casa Bella. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about pricing, different apartments, and all the amenities and much more. Hello everybody, my name is Manuel Escotet. I'm a real estate agent for Fortune Christie's International Real Estate. I'm here with my friend Adrian. He's the Vice President of Sales for a very incredible project called Casa Bella. And we want to take a little bit of your time to explain you about this wonderful project that is going to be located in Bayside. Adrian is an expert. He will tell us all the details. And basically what we want to get out of this conversation is just give you a little bit of information. So if you have more questions, we are always available to respond anything you have in mind. How you doing, Adrian?
Good. Thanks, Manuel, for setting this up. Happy to be here. Happy to introduce Casa Bella to everyone.
I think we're gonna start just telling people like what is Casa Bella? What is this project about?
So basically, Casa Bella Residences is a brand new construction project that we have. We launched sales, I would say, probably about a year ago. We're about 60% sold, but it's a pre-construction project where we're delivering in about middle of 2026. It's located on basically 14th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. So it's on that prime street of Biscayne Boulevard, which is absolutely amazing. It's actually one of the unique projects where you get amazing exclusivity, amazing views, and amazing walkability and growth in the area. So you kind of have all these different amazing characteristics all bumped into one project, and that's aside from our beautiful brand, which is B&B Italia. So definitely one of the most exciting new developments in Miami right now.
Awesome. So location is one of the strongest part I understand so far about this wonderful building. That's awesome. So I'm guessing you're gonna be sharing your screen. There you go.
Yeah, I figured I'd probably share the screen, just kind of give an idea of kind of exactly where the building's located, because this makes it a little bit easier. Yes. So just to give you a little bit of insight, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the Adrian Arts Centers, the opera, the main operas, and the performing arts centers right next door. So this main street right here is actually Biscayne Boulevard, and this is 14th Street, and this is the beautiful tower that we're talking about, right? This is Casa Bella Residences. So one of the most amazing things about this project is that we're surrounded by a lot of the new growth that you have in the city. So these beautiful arcs right here are actually that brand new signature bridge that's currently under construction. This is basically an $840 million project that's being built by the city. So we're gonna have our beautiful signature bridge. Under this bridge is gonna be a 32-acre park, which is basically like Miami's own Central Park, right here next to the tower. So you're gonna have this completed prior to our completion of the tower. So the timing is also fantastic. And then when I pull my screen back like this, you can see how close we are to the rest of the city. So for example, this is what's known as more like downtown Miami, right? You have the Museum of Science, Museum of Art, Museum Park here, which is directly on the water, Miami Heat Arena, Miami World Center back here. This is actually another amazing new development that's happening in downtown right now. That's going to have over 300,000 square feet of new retail. So what you're going to find there's new shops, restaurants, and entertainment coming to this area within the next 12 to 18 months. So aside from this bridge, you have 300,000 square feet of new retail coming to the area. And then back over here, you have Bayside, right? Which Bayside is actually undergoing like around a $90 million renovation right now. So there's so much new growth happening. And one of the things that make this project so unique is that you have beautiful views, and then you also have walkability to all of these new parks, new restaurants, new shops, new dining, a little bit of everything, really.
Adrian, I think this image just tells the whole story pretty quickly. Like the location is just incredible. All the different places are marked right there, so I think people can, easily understand where the building is going to be located. It's next to Brickell, and you can basically walk or just grab the Bright Line and even get to Orlando or go to Miami Beach. I think the location is just incredible. Tell me,
exactly.
Tell me,
so you're 5-10 minutes away.
So yeah, I wanna. Sorry for interrupting you, but I wanted to ask you, now that you are facing the east side, I wanted to ask you one thing. People are seeing that this building maybe is not located right on the water, So maybe they're gonna have the concern that their view might be blocked in 5 to 10 years. And I remember you told me the solution from the architect on this possible issue.
Yes. So basically, this piece of land that you see here is actually owned by another developer. It's not owned by us. That developer, initially when they bought it was, I think, a little over 10 years ago. They wanted to build this huge casino project, but were never able to get approval for it. And at the moment, they're considering possibly even selling the piece of land. Price point is supposedly upwards of $1 billion, what they're asking for. But what we did with this project, which is amazing, is that the developer actually, when they designed the units, they actually angled the units towards the southeast in this direction. Why did they angle them towards the southeast? Reason being because we know that once you clear over top the Adrian Arts Center, which is right over here, back here you have the museums, Museum Park, Miami Heat Arena. This will always be maintained open, right? So your view in this direction is always going to be open. So it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Now, we do know at some point something would get built there. It's just a matter of time. Whether it happens in 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, nobody knows. But it is waterfront land in Miami. So we do know at some point something would get built there. But angling the units towards the southeast is really the way to always preserve water views. Now, of course, they won't be completely unobstructed all the way around water views, because eventually something will be built here, but you will always have some sort of water views from basically almost every single unit in the building.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's one of the things that caught my attention. Besides the location, it's just that how they saw the future and try to make sure that whoever lives on this building is going to enjoy that view if you buy on the east side of the building. Fantastic.
Definitely.
So I don't know if you want to follow up with something extra. I don't know what do you have, but I have here on my notes, like, do you get a sense with the explanation you gave us about the lifestyle on the area? So it's very walkable. The city, yes. It has a lot to offer in terms of restaurants, entertainment, transportation, the views. So that's pretty clear. And after that, you can tell us a little bit maybe about the amenities or something like that.
Yeah, so definitely the lifestyle is definitely a big thing, because in the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a huge change in the city of Miami. There's so much money that's being invested in this section of downtown Miami that it's really one of the most exciting transformations of the city. You're going to have basically amazing restaurants, shops, and entertainment all within walking distance of the tower. So aside from always having water views, you also have this amazing walkability to new restaurants and entertainment. So what really makes this area unique is that it's not only walkable to, say, shops and restaurants, it's walkable to entertainment. That's why this area is actually technically called the Arts and Entertainment District, right? Arts and entertainment, because of course you have your Adrian Arts Center next door, your museums, the Miami Heat Arena. So that's really what separates this area, I would say, from something like Brickell, for example. Brickell, for example, is very nice for shops and restaurants and lounges and whatnot. Here you have those things in addition to entertainment, such as the opera, the ballets, your Broadway shows, the museums. All your major concerts are held at the Miami Heat Arena. You want to go watch a Miami Heat game, right? All these things are within walking distance. And that's in addition to the fact that we're also going to have an amazing Italian restaurant on the first floor of the building. So on the first floor of our tower, we're going to have a very high-end Italian restaurant. We can't disclose the names just yet because we haven't finalized it, but we're talking to 3 different brands. They're all very high-end, very well-known. So you will have an amazing restaurant on the first floor. So actually, if you did want to just go enjoy an Italian dinner, you didn't even have to leave your tower. Essentially, just come downstairs, enjoy your meal, and just head right back upstairs if you wanted to. But definitely one of the most exciting areas and one of the biggest changes you're going to see in Miami in the next 5 years, I would say.
Fantastic. So when is this development going to be finished?
So estimated completion is for mid 2026. We're going to be breaking ground. We're estimating around April, May this year, because right now we're demolishing an existing building that was there. So basically right here on this lot, there is a small building here. Right now it's being demolished within this month and next month. Basically, once that's complete, we're going to get ready to start construction for groundbreaking.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. So can we see the building? Can we see the amenities? I can't wait to see if you have anything
Definitely.
maybe that you can share, like could be a slide or something.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to share one of the cool things about this program that we have. It's actually unique because this is the first project I'm on that where we have this virtual program. We actually have the ability to, one, I can play with the times, right? I can actually show you what it looks like at night, which is beautiful because that's also one of the underrated views in Miami. Like this downtown view at night is absolutely beautiful because you have all the lights up. This is your cruise porch. You have all the cruises there with it lit up. At night, it's absolutely beautiful view. But aside from that, we can actually walk inside the units with this program. So I can actually pick an apartment, for example. If I pick one of these apartments up here, we can actually grab a unit, visit. I can click visit, and we'll actually walk inside of the unit, right? Which is very unique because most of the times when we sell new developments, we sell purely off floor plans and off renderings, and we kind of have to conceptualize and visualize what these units will look like. Here, it actually gives us the opportunity to walk inside the unit, really feel the space. So for example, this is one of my big 3-bedroom units on the southeast corner, but I can do this with any unit within the building. And like, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I have units that range from my smallest one being 1 bedrooms all the way up to 4 and 5 bedroom units. And my least expensive unit is about $735,000 to my most expensive unit being about $13 million for my triplex penthouse. So you have a nice wide range of units, and I have everything from 1 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms, a lot of different 2-bedroom floor plans. So I can usually find units for every single client type, essentially, this building. But one thing I do want to show you is this video that I have. That's actually a great virtual fly through of the amenities.
Okay.
And I think it gives you a really good feel for the space, because that's
so before you play that, I just want to let everybody know that this is being recorded on Zoom, so maybe the quality is not going to be the same, but if you want to experience this and you are stopping in Miami, you can let me know. We can go and talk to Adrian and get to see this in a huge screen they have on the sales office on the design district, and it's going to look just like a movie. The quality is just incredible. You gotta see it.
Exactly. And one other point I wanted to mention for sure is that this is a branded building, right? So this building is branded by B&B Italia, and for those that are familiar with B&B Italia, you understand the luxury that we're talking about. For those that aren't, B&B Italia is basically the most high-end Italian furniture and design brand in the world. They do design and furniture for brands such as Hermes, Bulgari Hotels, Aman Resorts, Rolex, Rolls-Royce. All of these top brands around the world use B&B Italia, and this is their first ever branded residences. So all the furniture in your common areas is going to be done by B&B Italia, and we have an amazing interior designer who's Piero Lissoni. He's actually the creative director for B&B Italia. He actually designed all of our kitchens, our bathrooms, our common areas. So when I show you this video, you're going to see all of the beautiful Italian design that's coming into the tower. And this tower is an exclusive tower because it only has 317 residences. And I mentioned that because normally in Miami, a tower of this size, which is 56 stories, typically has 500 to 600 residences. Here we only have 317, basically because our units tend to be much larger. There's no real hallways. All the units come with private elevators or semi-private elevators. So we're talking about exclusivity, an amazing brand, amazing views, amazing walkability, basically everything you want in a property.
Also, next to the sales office, the B&B Italia is the store is next to it. So anyone that want to just get into the store, I did myself, and it's an experience, especially with the chameleon sofa they have, which is from the 1950s or something. It's a model that is being, on their portfolio for a long time, and it's very requested. So they can experience all the furniture they're gonna get in person.
Exactly. We're actually located right next to the showroom in the design district, so it makes it very easy. Especially we get a lot of clients that buy in this building just because of the brand. They love B&B Italia. They have it throughout their homes, and they want to be a part of the first ever B&B Italia tower. So Can you see the video? Can
Yeah.
you see the screen, Manuel? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna press play. Okay. So we can do it, and I'll just kind of talk through it. So kind of show you exactly what we're looking at.
Okay.
This right here is basically our main entrance coming to the tower. So you're gonna have double height ceilings in your lobby. You're always gonna see a lot of beautiful marble, a lot of wood, very elegant and timeless design. I emphasis on timeless because this is a design that's gonna last forever. It's not a design style that's gonna go out of style, right? You're gonna have 24-hour front desk, concierge, valet, security, the whole 9 yards. From here, we're going to the amenities. Now, the amenities are located on floors 10 and 11. Here, we're on the 10th floor. So, for example, this is a beautiful billiard showroom. This is basically like a little social lounge. You have an amazing wine lounge like this facing towards the water. Here, you'll be able to drink wine, have some cheese, a teens room as well. Very family friendly since our units tend to be larger. A beautiful business center for those that work from home. You also have a meeting room that's available for people to host private meetings. In addition to that, you have this beautiful library lounge. This is like another little social area that people can utilize. Everything is facing east towards the water, like I mentioned. This beautiful staircase actually connects us to the pool bar, which I'll show you in a second. I want to show you the spa. This is the beautiful spa. This beautiful green marble, wood paneling on the ceiling, very Italian design. Sauna, there's a steam room. I love the sauna with a view. You have an amazing fitness center, right? Very expansive. You also have a spinning room as well as a yoga and meditation room. There's even other amenities such as a dog spa and a movie screening room, movie theater. Now this is gonna be the pool bar. Now that bar that you saw there is actually gonna be managed by that restaurant that's on the first floor. So they're gonna be serving drinks and drinks and food out to the pool deck. So you'll be able to order a pizza from your pool deck, order a Bellini while you're hanging out. Everything is facing towards the water. Now this pool deck here actually has a very large pool. It's an 80-foot long pool. You also have other amenities on here such as a pickleball court, which we know has become very popular now. Barbecue area with outdoor kitchen. There's a yoga lawn. There's also a hot tub facing towards the water. And then this is our first pool. We have a secondary pool up on the rooftop, which we're going to show you in a second. And it's always nice to have two pools because in Miami, your most used amenities definitely always going to be your pool, your gym, and your spa. And that's going to be our first pool. Now we're going to pan up to the 56th floor. Now here we have our rooftop pool, which obviously the views from up here are absolutely breathtaking. You're talking about penthouse views essentially. And of course, you'll have sun almost all times of the day on this rooftop pool. So definitely nice to have two pools, expansive amenities, and keep in mind these are amenities that are exclusive for only 317 units. It's not like one of those typical towers in Miami where you have 500, 600 residences all using the same amenities. Here, there's only 317, really pushing a lot on the exclusivity of the brand and of the building.
Quick question, are all the residents going to have access to both pools? The one that is on the rooftop, or it's just for a specific area or a specific, I don't know, maybe for the penthouses or something like that?
All the residences will have access to both pools. So basically, nice. From my clients that buy on the first floor, not on the first one, the second floor, third floor, fourth floor, they also will have access to the rooftop pool, which is nice because a lot of times developers won't give up sellable penthouse space, right? Because that's sellable space that they could use, that they could basically sell. Basically, they're giving that back to the residents as an amenity. So, which is always nice because, having a rooftop pool is absolutely beautiful. And especially the views from that rooftop pool are going to be stunning because you're staring at all of Miami, the cruises, South Beach. You're literally going to see all of the city, which is going to be.
Yeah. You basically, if you don't want to get out of your building, you have everything you need, even to work, to relax, to have lunch, to enjoy with the family. I think it's a pretty complete experience. And I really love that you mentioned that something very important is just to be on the pool, the gym, and the spa. That's something that is crucial in Miami. It tells a lot about the lifestyle. So I see you're sharing your screen. There you go. That's what I wanted to ask you.
So the finishes for the units, just to give you an idea, the units come completely finished with flooring, with your kitchens, your bathrooms. The only things that don't come with the units are your closets, do not come built out with the shelves and the drawers, and then your window treatments, your curtains. Why? Because those things tend to be very personal, depending on your design style, right? Mm-hmm. Now, our kitchens, as you'll see here, very Italian, style, all designed by Piero Lissoni. So this countertop and this waterfall here actually looks like a marble, but it's actually a beautiful Italian Calacatta porcelain. Amazing, very high-end porcelain. And the reason we went with porcelain is because it's a lot easier to maintain clean than a marble. Marble tends to be very porous, tends to be very absorbent, right? So it's very difficult to keep clean. This is a lot easier to keep clean while it continues to give you that same beautiful, elegant look. You have these Italian cabinetry as well, undone by Italcraft, which is absolutely amazing. And then your appliances in this building are going to be Wolf and Sub-Zero appliances in all the units. Most of my units also have a small wine cooler that's actually going to be right here. So very, very complete package is what we're basically turning into the clients. When it comes to the flooring, one thing I will tell you, you're actually going to get 3 options of flooring that you get to pick from. So they're all Italian porcelains that you get to pick from. Whichever option you pick comes finished inside of your unit as well as outside of the terrace, right? So we're trying to turn into basically a very complete package to the clients. And then one more thing I'll show, if it's, sorry, Manuel, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna show the
Sure.
master bath, just to kind of run through it to show you how the finishes come in here. Master comes with the same beautiful Italian porcelain as you see here. You have your double vanity sink. The porcelain is also running up the wall, which is a very elegant touch with your frameless mirror with the backlighting. You have your rain shower here to the right with your soaking tub. This style is absolutely amazing because I find that people really use the soaking tub when it's like this, because that way once you come out of the tub, you can take a shower, take a quick rinse, and then come out and get dry and go get dressed in your walk-in closet at the end. So this is the standard master bathroom that you'll find in most of our units as well.
Amazing. I wanted to ask you the ceiling height, which is something that changed a lot in modern construction.
Yeah, so ceiling height here, we have high ceilings. They're 10 foot high. Standard in Miami is about 9 feet. So here we're 1 foot higher. And then if you did have, say, a client or somebody wanted a little bit higher ceilings, I do have units on my higher floors that have 11 foot high ceilings as well. And then if they want really, really high ceilings, I have my my duplex penthouses that have basically 23 foot high ceilings in their living and dining area. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I remember the rendering for that specific unit. It's just incredible. And one more question. What about the balcony length? They are pretty wide too, right?
Yeah, the balconies are pretty wide. So basically at the deepest portion, it's going to be about 7.5 feet deep. But it ranges because the balcony has a very wavy pattern to it. So it's hard for me to give you exact measurements because it really depends on where on the wave your balcony ends up, right? But the deepest portion is about 7.5 feet deep.
Interesting. Great.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have the rendering of that, 20, I think it's that one, huh?
This is one of them. This is basically, it's actually an older rendering of the penthouse. We have a newer, more updated rendering now. But this is one of them, and this is actually that wavy pattern that I was mentioning to you, balcony that you see here. So actually very, very nice. And these are some of our Sky Collection units. So these are basically those units that I was mentioning that have 11 foot high ceilings, right? These are only located on the high floors. Basically, these are my big 3 and 4 bedroom units. Great for families, great for people who are looking for second home, vacation homes and whatnot. But they're all beautifully designed residences.
You don't need to buy any frames. Basically, you have the entire city decorating your house.
Basically, yeah, your decoration. Basically, you're not going to want to stop looking outside because the view is going to be absolutely beautiful.
Incredible, very, very impressive. So I'm guessing, just to don't make this video too long, just to recap the most important things, you were mentioning the price range starting at 700. And I don't know if you can tell us a little bit like the type of units you have and how many what percentage of the building you still have available, because I understand you guys sold a good percentage already.
Yeah, we're about 60% sold, but it's still a really good time to get into the building because we still have amazing inventory, right? And one of the great things about this project is the price point that we sell at is actually very, very competitive price point. So our average price per square foot, for example, is about $1,000 a square foot, while most other new developments in Miami today are around $1,200, $1,300 a foot starting, right? And the reason we're at that price point is because our developer actually purchased this piece of land about 10 years ago. So it actually gives us a very strategic advantage on selling, right? One other point that I did want to mention before I go into the units is knowing who the developer is, because I do think it's very, very important to know who the development team is whenever you're buying pre-construction, because you're basically buying off reputation, right? Off of what somebody has built in the past when you're buying pre-construction, because you're not buying anything built yet. Now, our developer is the Realty Group, which is basically the largest, most well-known developer in all of Florida. They built some of the most iconic buildings, done over 100,000 units. Some of their buildings are this one. This is one of them. It's the Armani, located in Sunny Isles. They also did buildings such as One Park Grove and Coconut Grove, as well as the Apogee, located in South Beach. But really, they're visionaries for the city. They build the most exclusive towers, and they're known for building luxury, which is always very, very important when you're buying new construction. And then aside from that, the architect for the building is Arquitectónica, basically the largest, most famous architecture firm we have. They do towers all around the world. They've done buildings such as the Ritz-Carlton in Sunny Isles, the Regali in Sunny Isles, as well as the Bronx Museum in New York. And then you also have B&B Italia, of course, which is the Italian furniture brand that I was mentioning. They do all these partnerships with all these different brands such as Hermes, Rolex, Bulgari Hotels, Aman Resorts. And then you also have Piero Lissoni, who's our interior designer, who's absolutely amazing. Amazing interior designer, basically handling all of the design from the common areas to the units, basically everything in, while also including the B&B Italia furniture throughout. Now, at the end of the project, the units don't come furnished, but at the end of the project, B&B Italia will be offering furniture packages. So in the event you did want to furnish your unit with B&B Italia, they would be offering those packages, and we're currently negotiating a discount for the owners. Now, where it is right now, we don't know. We're trying to negotiate somewhere between 20 and 30%, but don't quote me on it because we haven't finalized it just yet. Right.
Okay, but pretty good to know.
Yeah. Now, if you want, I'll jump into the units just to kind of give you an idea of the unit sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, my smallest unit is going to be 711 square feet. So this is my typical floor plan, what we're looking at right now. It's approximately about 7 units per floor, right? So this is from 12 to 22. I have units on lower floors as well, but the majority of my units are going to be located here. This is the footprint. So you have my smallest unit, which is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath over here on the corner. Starts at 735,000. This is a very, very popular unit. Reason being because it's a corner unit, 1-bedroom. Very rare to have a corner unit, 1-bedroom in a luxury tower. Normally your corner units are reserved for your big 4 and 3-bedroom units. Having a 1-bedroom, very exclusive. It'll actually probably be the only it'll be one of the only towers with a corner unit, 1-bedroom, really in a very long time. So this is my least expensive unit. From there we jump to the 04 line, which is basically a 1-bedroom plus a den. Basically it's for that person that's in between a 1 and 2-bedroom. This is basically the unit that's about the size of a 2-bedroom. It's 1,200 square feet. That den here really can function as a secondary bedroom. It just doesn't have a window, so I can't legally call it a bedroom, but it does have its own full bathroom. This unit starts around 1.1 million. And then when we go to our 2 bedrooms, I have 4 different 2-bedroom options, starting with this one. This is my smallest one, is 1,300 square feet. This one's 1,326. And then these are a little bit bigger with 2 bedrooms plus a den at 1,600 and 1,800 at this one. These units, you're going to be roughly around like 1.2 million and higher, depending on what floor you're on, okay, for the 2 bedrooms. And then my 3-bedroom unit, you're looking at this unit, which is basically my prime corner, the southeast corner. That's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. It's almost 2,000 square feet. Here, you're going to be around like $2.2 million and higher for something like this, if you want something with a view, right? So that's kind of like a brief overview of kind of what we have available, but I also have 4 bedrooms and 5 bedrooms, depending on, if you want a cielo unit or a penthouse unit, but basically a little bit of everything. But that's basically just a rough.
Yeah, Adrian, fantastic. So I wanted to ask you if you can go back to that specific image. So every unit is going to have a view to the east and also the west. So you get, or am I wrong?
No, so every unit is basically going to have views. You'll basically have views towards the east, right? So even this smallest unit right here, which is my 1 bedroom, 1 bath, even though it's on the basically the northwest corner, it's overlooking the pool deck, but you still have partial view towards the water from this unit. And then all these other units also have views facing towards the east. Now, they don't all flow through east and west. A few of my units do, like this unit flows through from one side to the other side, so does this one. And then this one also will have east and west views. But all of my units will have water views. It's just a matter of whether it's partial water views or more expansive water views. But they all have balconies that would be able to face towards the water.
Fantastic.
You'll be able to see the water.
Yeah, so you get to see the sunrise and sunset. So
exactly. And then I don't know if you remember what I was mentioning earlier on how we angled the units.
Yes.
But basically, if we look at my lower floor plan, basically from floors 2 through 9, this is how the units are laid out. These two units that I have right here face directly east, right? Directly east towards the water. And here you see how now the units get angled towards the southeast. So you really see how this is directly east and how now these are angled towards the southeast. And that's really great that the developer did that, because it's very unique. Normally developers will just point all the units directly east and kind of, call it a day. But it's nice that we kind of designed them more for the future more than anything else, because we do know that other piece of land that's on the water will eventually get developed at some point. When, who knows, but really designing it for the future is really a good added value for the project.
Yeah, that caught my attention. I think it's very ingenious, that design in particular.
Yeah. The only other thing, I think two more points that are pretty important to mention is, one is the HOAs in this building are roughly about 95 cents a square foot. So to give you an idea, on my smallest unit, which is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, that's roughly about like $675 a month. Rental restrictions in this building, you can rent out the units minimum 30 days, 12 times a year, right? So we're giving owners that flexibility to rent out their units for, say, 2, 3, 4 months, but it's not a short-term rental building in the sense of like Airbnb. It's more like vacation rental, or like say the snowbirds come down and want to rent your apartment, because we do get a lot of owners that are secondary, basically second home, vacation homes, and they're like, Adrian, I'm only going to use the unit maybe 2-3 months out of the year. Can I rent it out the rest? And we wanted to give the owners that flexibility, right? But we didn't also want to take away the luxury from it, which is why we don't allow Airbnb daily rentals or anything like that.
Yeah, it's more like a midterm rental, and it depends on the necessity. So everybody's gonna have a lot of flexibility, and I'm guessing that's gonna help covering the costs if they are financing this. I think that's also very important to jump on right now, the payment structure.
Yeah, so the payment structure, the way that it works is like this. I'm gonna pull up the screen. Okay, so this is our buyer deposit structure. So oops, sorry about that. So this is our buyer deposit structure. So basically what we're asking for is 20% deposit down now, right, with the contract signed in order to secure a unit. Then we'll ask for another 10% deposit at groundbreaking, which is going to be around April, May this year. And then the last 10%, which will complete a 40% deposit, will be at top off, which is going to be basically around end of next year. So basically it's a 40% deposit schedule that's spread out with certain dates, right? Sometimes we can customize this depending on the buyer's needs. I will say it's basically on a case-by-case basis. So if you do have a buyer or a client out there that is interested, and say this payment structure might be a little too tight for them, and we need to like adjust it a little bit, don't let it deter you. Bring me the adjustment. We present it to the developer many times. The developer's open to it as long as it makes sense, right? But basically, this is the ideal payment structure that we're looking for.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if somebody's interested on buying any, say, foreign national, I mean, somebody living in South America or living in Europe, they have to, regardless, come with at least 25% down for any property as investors. So I think that's pretty standard, but it's good to know that you guys have that flexibility on a case-by-case basis, as long as it makes sense. I can't wait. So we're gonna have this tower in 2024 at the top off, and it's gonna actually, change the skyline of Miami. That's what I've been telling everybody. Like, the skyline of Miami is gonna change so much in the next 3 years that I can't wait, just to go on a boat in front of the entire city and get to see it. this was the rendering I was asking you for
Yeah,
before. That's
this
incredible.
is it. I figured I'd pop it up. This is actually the penthouse unit that we have. That's 13 million. So it's actually a 3-story penthouse that has its own private rooftop pool as well. So just to kind of give you an idea, like the level of finishes that you have in this building are really amazing. And then when you throw that on top of the pricing, with the location and the growth of the location, the walkability, it's really a very unique product, and really the reason why we sell so quickly. I mean, we sold 60% of the inventory in 1 year, and we're looking to sell out the rest of the inventory this year. So it's moved very quickly, and the units do move relatively quickly. So I would encourage anybody who's watching this, any information, any interest you have, definitely get in contact with Manuel, because the units do move relatively quickly, and we're looking to sell out the rest of this inventory by the end of the year.
Yeah, good. And also we are bilingual. We speak Spanish. I mean, who doesn't in Miami? If somebody in your family that is the person that is going to take action on this prefers to talk in Spanish, we can do it as well. Adrian, thank you so much for the time. I think this is, in a nutshell, everything they need to know for the project, and looking forward to working with you in the future too.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions, Manuel, I'm here. Feel free to reach out to me anytime.
Will do, Adrian. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and let us know if you have any questions down in the comments. Thank you.